Hello and welcome to New It Too. This is Kaylin coming to you from the OKC BSO Inn along with Jan.
Hello, sorry we missed you last week. Time got away from us.
It did. And so we have got kind of a double whammy for you guys today to make up for it. So the first thing we want to talk to you about this week is a little bit about Accuquilt. I know we've talked to you guys about it before, but a little bit of information was kind of presented to me that I'd never considered before, and I thought you guys have to know it. So what I have right here is one of the Accuquilt cubes. I believe this is the 8-inch. Is that right, Jan? Can you see the front of it?
That is correct.
8-inch. Okay. So 8-inch is one of the more popular ones. It comes with a Ready, Set, Go, which is this Go cutter as like a bundle. It's bundled with this together.
And other things in the box
and other
too.
things, yes.
Yep.
And this allows you to make on its own 72 8-inch finished blocks.
Wait, can you turn that around?
Just using these dies.
Turn it around.
So it's these right here.
That's a lot of blocks. My word, you could make so many fun quilts with just this one cube.
Right. And they also have companion sets, which have other shapes that further extend 72 more blocks and 72 more blocks. But I have been working with Barbara Harper with Accuquilt to get an exclusive event for BSO Inn with her where we will be both cutting out a block or two or three and then putting them together so that you can see the whole quilt top making process through her like expert eyes. And she did something so clever. She is using the 8-inch cube, but we're making a 12-inch block.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've always kind of limited myself. Like, it's all 8-inch finished blocks in here. And for some reason in my head, that was like, and so that's all you can do. Even though technically...
Think outside the box.
You can, yes, outside the cube.
Outside the cube. Very good.
Technically, you can sew fabric to fabric endlessly, right?
Well, this is true.
We could
That's
cover
how
the whole
get made.
building, you know. So the cube system is based on a 4-patch system. So when you purchase a cube or get one in a bundle, you are not going to see an 8-inch finished square as one of your shapes.
That is probably one of the biggest misconceptions is people will think that they're buying that and there's going to be a die that cuts out an 8-inch item, and it's the pieces sewn back together that create the 8-inch
This
block.
is to make 8-inch finished blocks. So the simplest block on here is a 4-patch, right? So basically 4 4-inch finished squares to make an 8-inch block, okay? But like you were saying, if you think outside the box, you can actually...
We're going to stick with it. We're thinking outside the cube.
You can actually do... I'm not going to say anything you want, but you can do so much more than what I had even considered, which was already a lot. I mean, you can see here with all the different cube sizes.
Oh, yeah, lay that down and we'll...
This is all the different sizes of cube except for the 16-inch.
So can you kind of move those apart from each other?
Yeah. And this is just the same block.
Except for the which one?
The 16-inch because it wasn't out yet when we made
when we made this. It was before that existed.
And so each cube can make the same blocks in all these different sizes.
So what you're seeing here is we used different cubes to get these different size blocks. But they all make this, what you just said, they all make the same end product, just different sizes.
And if you look here, I could blend 2 cubes together. This is a finished block and this is a finished block, but I could make 4 of these to match the 12-inch size with the 6-inch size and blend them together.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. And so what Barbara has done, and I'm going to give you guys here a sneak peek of the project that is going to be at the event that I'll talk to you a little bit more about here in a minute, is she used it instead of with the 4-patch, like I say, doing a 9-patch. So, and fabric is going to vary based on availability compared to what this is, so bear that in mind. But what we actually have here, if you want to come in close, is 3 different blocks that utilize the 8-inch cube to make a 12-inch block. So this first one here is these 4 patches.
So hold your hands kind of around one of those squares.
So like my fist is here, right? So
that's one block.
This is one block. So this one's not exactly a 9-patch the way the others are. What she did for this one is she sashed between the 4 patches to make it larger.
Okay.
And then she sashed around the outside to make it the 12 inches.
Alrighty.
But it's using the 8-inch cube with a strip cutter.
Okay. Which, if you got a Ready Set Go, the strip cutter comes with it.
Exactly.
And if you didn't get a Ready Set Go and you have Accuquilt, you probably have some strip cutters, because strip cutters are our best friends in Accuquilt world.
With this one, it's a 9 patch. So you have this square and this square, you know, repeated into a star. And then you have your central one as its own thing. So where you could have taken this and made kind of an arrow block, repeating it 4 times, or even done it in a twist, she's now just rearranged it to be a logical 9 patch instead of a 4 patch. But this is all from the 8-inch cube system.
And I love that she has all of these on point.
Yes, we did it on point. We thought it was too pretty not to.
Yeah.
And then the last one is a variation on a spiky star, where again, it's a 9 patch. You have your 9 pieces made into...
So there's 4 corners or half square triangles.
The 4 corners are half square triangles. The 4 centers are our kind of spiky star element. And then our true center is just a square with half square triangles, or quarter square triangles on the outside.
That's the center of that one. Scoot it down to the next one.
Yeah, it's actually the center of 2 of the blocks.
Right, because that's the same center. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this one again is a little bit different from the others.
Because I used more sashing in with it. That is so cool.
So, and if you look here, actually, as a little bonus, she's also going to show us how to do some binding prep with our Accuquilt. And what we have here is one version of flange binding, where you have your double colors.
Oh yeah, we've shown something similar to that.
We have.
Yeah, this one's a little bit wider. I like the look of that.
Yeah, and so she'll be teaching those techniques as well.
Oh, and she is such an excellent teacher. If you've ever had the opportunity to see Barbara, I can promise you, you'll want to come see her again. And if you've never had a chance to see her, it's a must.
Oh, yeah.
She is so enthusiastic and informative and creative. It is a dream come true to have her join us. So if this is a class that you've always wondered, do I like Accuquilt? Do I want Accuquilt? Maybe I own it and I don't know exactly how to use it. You do not want to miss this class.
Absolutely. And it's been a lot of fun developing an event with her, I gotta tell you.
I bet.
So the cube comes in these kind of booklets of your dies. And in one of them, I just can't remember which one, is the mat you need for the dies.
It's because one mat will work for all of those different dies.
That's right. There it is. So I've got my mat.
Which I've had a lot of people ask over the years, why do dies not come with a mat? It's almost like, why did the chicken cross the road?
It does feel that way
because
sometimes.
You would have 9 million mats, because there's only like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's like 8 different sizes of dies, but
of boards for the mat to use. So, and it's a one you can use over and over and over. So
yeah,
that's why.
So we'll just take one die kind of here just to show you, because of course we're making an 8-inch square with this at its base. We're making a 12-inch in our event, but you can see here this is a small die because all the pieces are meant to go together to make a finished block. Like I said before, you're not going to get that 8-inch square with this die. If you want to intersperse your blocks, with 8-inch squares, of course there is an 8-inch square die finished, 8.5-inch cut. And you can supplement your cube with that, and that would be a great way to expand how large your quilts are quickly. But it's not necessary for 8-inch finished blocks, right? Okay. So what we have here is the 2.5-inch square, which is 2-inch finished square.
Now, can you tilt that so you can show what it says?
Oh, the information on the end?
They're on the end so that you know what it can do. Don't peel that off.
No, please don't.
And just for information, when you're storing dies, you need to store them standing on their edge. Yep.
So I wanted to kind of tease a little bit more of the type of stuff that you guys are going to learn with Barbara, and just some of the information that's good to know about cubes in general. So first, let me pack this up so that I don't hurt myself tripping on it. Okay. So when it's time to cut out a block, and of course the instructions are going to come with the class, Barbara's writing them just for us for these blocks, but you're going to hear a few different terms in how it wants you to cut it. You're going to hear terms like stacking it, fan folding it, things like that, right? On the bias, not on the bias. So I just wanted to go over a couple of the different ways that you can cut that you'll actually get to experience with Barbara if you come to our event. So the first and perhaps simplest is just stacking your fabric. Excuse me. I have here just 2 layers of cotton, and of course the Accuquilt cutters can do up to 6 layers, but just for our demo, I've just got 2 layers here of cotton. I do actually have my selvage edge on one of the pieces, which is just happenstance because these are, as I love to use, scraps. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that my grain line is following the direction, the angle of the cut, not the block. If you look here, the block is a little bit cockeyed compared to what it's cutting.
I think it's easier if you call it a board.
Okay, the board.
I think that way, because sometimes we think about the block being the quilt block.
The quilt block. That's fair. Okay, so the board is straight, and then the actual pieces being cut are at an angle.
And there's a reason for that. It's so that they go through the cutter
smoothly.
And
think about going over a speed bump.
Right,
it's best to go
the blade
at an angle. And ooh, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up that edge at that angle as opposed to lining it up with the fabric or with the board.
Correct. Put your mat on.
Got my mat.
And you can use both sides of that mat.
Yes. In fact, you should use
both sides of that mat. You get more life out of it.
And what I'm going to do here, I've got my cutter turned on. I'm at my great actual Accuquilt
this
quilt
is the
center.
Quilt block center.
Yeah, which
has the support table. But if you do not have this table, one, you can get it. But
you
two,
can get the die
catcher.
Also
get up there the die catcher, so that the block, the board. Sorry, the board doesn't just kind of like collapse at the end of it. Yes. All right.
Now, I'm going to admit to you guys, I'm not being my most like frugal self with my fabric, but just to show you guys, this is just stacking, right? Give it a push, it'll catch it, and it'll send it through on my electric one. If I'm using my regular Go cutter, I would crank it the whole way through.
Right.
Give it some love to discharge the static. I'm going to slide my die off here.
Yeah, if you pick your mat straight up, then static is built up and the fabric kind of clings to the mat.
Yeah. And then I have my cut blocks. And when I do this, they're all going the same way as far as the direction of a print. Or now in squares, a square is a square is a square.
Right.
But if I was making a triangle, a 90-degree triangle,
right.
if I cut it the wrong way with the right side, you know.
Which is why if you fan fold something like that.
Which is what I'm going to show you next.
And it was a directional print, then half of them end up being upside
even if it's
down.
not, well, if it's directional, they'll end up upside down. But even if it's not directional, if it has a clear right and wrong side, which this fabric
That's true.
definitely
then you
does,
get half of them upside down.
Half of them are the wrong direction. You can't use them at all.
And we know that because why?
Because we've done it.
Yeah. I could make a whole quilt of things I cut upside down.
Oh yeah, the scraps of my mistakes are
they get incorporated. They become applique scraps.
But so that's going to be your most basic way of cutting, right? You need everything to be the same direction. And so you just layer it on top. You're not folding it over itself.
Okay.
It goes through, it spits out your cuts. The other option, another option, is to fan fold. Now this is a scrap. You know me, I like to use my scraps. Fan folding is when instead of cutting this and then stacking it, I'm going to fold it like a fan, right? And that's something even as simple as just one fold. That is still a fan fold. The fact that I'm not going back and forth and back like we think of folding a fan doesn't make it not a fan fold. Now certainly that's more cuts. So you know,
Which you can do up to 6 layers.
6 layers worth. But even if I just take
one fold, it's a fan fold.
Which is the right side here. This is kind of like a blender.
Yeah, sometimes those whites can be hard to tell which one is the right side.
But even if I do this one fold, now the way it's going to cut on my die is a fan fold because it's going to be following the fact that the fabric is right sides together or wrong sides together now, and instead of right side to wrong side.
Remember that you, even on this, you still have to line it up to the blade, not the board.
Yes. And so I'm going to take my material. I can see the angle of my line here. I'm going to go just beyond that selvage because I don't want my selvage in my block. I've had that happen before too.
Oh yes. I've had words on my quilt and I'm okay with it.
It's just, yeah. And then
it adds character.
We're just going to send her in.
I feel like it's almost like being at the donut store where you see the donuts come out the other side.
Yeah, these
Doesn't
aren't as
taste as
tasty
good.
though. I assume. I try not to eat fabric. Okay. So then what you're going to have is, if you've done it right sides together, when you open it up, they'll be the right size. Now, again, I used a square, which means it actually wouldn't make a difference. But on your things like your 90-degree triangles, things like that, it is going to make a difference on how you cut it. And so Barbara is going to talk to us all about when to do which one, what the benefits and drawbacks are of each one, why you want to do one versus the other, all kinds of tidbits like that.
Can you grab that, the wrap that goes around the cube? I want to show something. Turn it around. There we go. I wanted you to see here. You hold that for me. Like on this one right here, they have the dog-eared corners. Some things don't need a dog-eared corner.
Right.
A lot of these square ones, but that one has dog-eared corners. That one has dog-eared corners. So Accuquilt went that extra mile, and they thought about the ways that it's easier by dog-earing the corners, by adding the little points on curves so that it's easier to know where to match things. And it's ingenious.
Basically, you can tell that this product was developed by quilters.
Right.
And not just engineers that are like, I don't know, add a button.
Having something designed by quilters rather than just something for quilters. Sometimes it's like, that's a great idea, but it doesn't really work out.
Right.
But, so yes, this is a great product.
So here's the flyer for the event. So again, we have an image here. This is a digital image of the project you guys are going to make. Again, fabric is going to vary based on availability at the time of the event. But we're calling it Cut It Up with Barbara Harper, because we're going to cut it up just to sew it all back together.
We're not just like cut it up and have fun?
I mean, you can if you want, but
we are.
Barbara's going to be teaching a project.
Then it'll be fun, because Barbara's fun.
It's going to be a great time. It is a 3-day event at our Tulsa location.
Wow, 3 whole days of learning?
Yeah. It's September 11th through the 13th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. And you want to know the best part? For a 3-day event where we are providing the fabric for the whole top and binding of your stuff, of your project.
Seriously, we're doing the fabric?
So not the backing and the batting, but all the other fabric,
the top
the blocks and the setting triangles and the binding will be in your kit that comes with the class. We're going to, of course, feed you each day, which means it's going to be delicious, because I'm going to decide what it is, and I only eat delicious food. And all of it, well, because I good snacks, good fun, good sales, good giveaways, all the kinds of stuff you guys know we do here at Be Sewin'.
If you've never been to a Be Sewin' event, you are missing out.
All of that is only going to be $199. And if you are an Emerald Plus member, it's actually going to only be $139.30.
And if you want to join and become an Emerald Plus member so that you can get this discount,
absolutely,
it is a year-round thing.
It's a 12-month membership.
If you join, it's going to be for a full 12 months. It's not like it runs out in December and you have to start over.
Right.
So if you've ever thought, I don't know, I really want to go to this event and I want to save $60 on it.
Right.
Go ahead and join the membership so that you can save in so many ways with a membership for the whole year.
Yes. And so what you can do if you want to come to this event, which is already about a third full.
No, I think it's a little more than that.
It's a little more than a third full already. It's only been launched for a few days, but you can either pause this video and see if the QR code will read on it.
I'll get up close to the QR code.
Or you can go to besewin.com.
And I think the QR code's on our website.
And it'll be on there as well. But also you can navigate to the Be Creative with Our Classes and
just
events.
Sign up online.
Go to September and you'll see it right on there and sign up there. If you need any help with that, you can always give us a call or pop in one of our stores.
We'll help you out.
And I hope to see so many of you guys here at this event. It's going to be so much fun. And I hope you learned a little bit about Accuquilt today. And I know Jan also has something she wants to show us today.
So we're going to switch sides of the
we are going to
switch
sides of the camera.
Okay.
And we'll be right back with you.
Okay. So I'm over here on this side of the video now, and I want to show you something that's really fun that has just come out from OESD. It's for August, and Ashley has been working on this. I don't know if y'all know this about Ashley, but she loves dinosaurs.
She does.
As a matter of fact, a baby quilt I made for her baby. It's a dinosaur quilt.
And it says Lydiasaurus.
Lydiasaurus on it. But she's been making these. Come over here so you can see this. This is one of the stitch outs she's working on right here. I don't know what kind of... Ashley, what kind of a dinosaur is this?
That looks like
A triceratops?
Yeah, that seems right.
Well, look at some of the other ones she made. What is this one?
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
And a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And what is this one?
That looks like a Diplodocus. Apatosaurus. Oh, it's a Brachiosaurus.
And he's not done yet.
He doesn't have his legs yet.
But
yeah.
Can you hear that?
These are great to play with your kiddos.
How am I going to sew that? Right?
Right. Well, don't.
He's hard as a little rock. He's more like a dinosaur bone.
Fossil.
Yeah. I love that. But here's the thing. We were making this, and I say we, Ashley was making this.
Say you were on vacation.
I was on
when
vacation.
We made
Ashley
these.
was making this, and she was telling me about it. And the product that was recommended from the instructions was something that we don't happen to carry in our store. And she's like, well, what am I going to do? I got to find something that's going to work because we have all sorts of things. And it's safe to say that if one brand has something, another brand has something that's probably very similar and works well. We all have to choose which kind of brands we want to use. We happen to love Floriani. And she used this high loft dimensional topping and stabilizer.
So clever.
Right. It suggested that we use something that's like a real rigid shape.
Yeah.
Like
stitch and shape.
She's like, I don't want to cut all those shapes out. So she used this. Let me grab this piece right here. It kind of just looks like fleece, but I didn't know this until she informed me. This is water soluble.
It is fully water soluble.
And so whenever you rinse this out of the freestanding part of it, it dries. If you don't completely rinse it out, I mean, if you give it a good rinse and then let it dry, it dries hard.
And so this product, I actually spent years thinking there's no way this product worked as advertised, and I was completely wrong. Its origin is to make like puffy letters without them having to be digitized for puffy letters, whereas things like the underlay have been removed.
Right.
So what they did is they placed this under the text or the letter stitching, and it made the stitches lofted, which is why it's called high loft. And then they rinsed out the actual stabilizer itself, and it left the stitches lofted. And if you only rinsed it just enough not to see it, it stayed stiff. If you wanted it to be soft, you could continue rinsing till it's all gone, and it would be soft, but it would still be lofted. And so this was so clever of Ashley to think of to do, because she could do something that needed to be stiff without the hassle of having to trim something that is so hard to trim, like stitch and shape on these little
I mean,
shapes.
if you told me I have to cut all of these shapes out to make this, I would have said, that's cute, but I'm not doing that.
Right.
So
we skipped all that hassle.
Right. And so sometimes you don't even know that a product is like an ingenious thing to use for it. So it's trial and error. And we just found out that Ashley made a really good call and figured out how to make these adorable little dinosaurs. So
we love
super
them.
fun. And this is coming out in August.
August, yep.
So it's something that we can do a design on demand download for you. If you'd like to join Spree Club, that would be something that you would get with part of Spree Club. So talk to us about anything OESD designs. We'd be happy to talk to you about that as well. So before we get away, though, I wanted to remind you that Club is coming up. Now, again, remember, this is the Oklahoma City flyer.
So your dates might be different if you're at another one of our
locations. In
August,
they're coming up. We have them at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock at the 5 different locations. You can always go to the website at bsewn.com and find out when Club is going on in your neighborhood, or call the store, where we just would love to have you join us. If you're an Emerald member or an Emerald Plus member, you get to come to the Club for free, along with all the other great things that you get with membership. If you would like to just come one time, there is just a one-time fee to visit Club. So we'd love to have you join us for that coming up soon. Now, we need to do some giveaways.
I know. And since we missed last week, we need to give away 2 things.
Yes, we do.
Make up for missing last week.
Right. Because, sometimes time gets away from us, and I just wasn't here. So,
well, yeah, it's actually not her fault. It's my fault.
When I asked, I was like, so how was New It 2?
Did you not make a New It 2?
Oh, well. So we are going to do Accuquilt giveaway, and we're going to give away a mat, because you know what? Everybody needs another mat.
You know what? You're going to wear them out if you use Accuquilt the way we do. And so
you need more.
Always need a new one. That's
so
great.
We're going to give away a mat. So all you have to do is like, share, or comment, and one lucky winner on Thursday at 5 p.m. will be drawn to get one of these mats. In the meantime, we are going to have Accuquilt mats on sale, 30% off for our New It 2 special.
All right.
Isn't that great? And what about cubes?
15% off.
15% off any cube.
All right. Or companion set. Yeah, the angles or the
30%
corners.
off on the mat, 15% off cubes and companions, because that's the New It 2 special. And remember, if we like, share, or comment, you can win this mat.
Nice.
Now, the bonus giveaway.
Okay.
We decided to do a freestanding design as a bonus giveaway. Now, this one is the teacups. Aren't they too cute?
I just think it'd be so cute to have a tea party with your little one
And
with these teacups. I like the one with the flowers on it.
Aren't they adorable?
Yes. Yep.
So one lucky winner is also going to receive this. Now, it's going to be two different winners. Let me restate that.
Yeah.
One winner will be drawn for this, and then we're going to also like, share, and comment. And so another person's going to win this. As a matter of fact, anything that is an in-stock design pack from OESD in the stores is 20% off.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have some great specials for you. Thank you for joining us at Knew It Too and being patient with us while we were out of pocket last week. We look forward to it.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us at Knew It Too this week. From